Settled next to the Willamette River, Autzen Stadium is a jewel in the Pacific Northwest, and the flock of Ducks that call it home have made this one of the most challenging places for any team to come calling. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Will have to use its first time out of the half. Line gets set, first down. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Trying to start the drive with a pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Wide receiver shows motion. He leaves it with the back. He maybe gets a yard. They'll mark him at the 29.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the running back. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. The Ducks will hustle to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab over the middle. And the ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, that kills you in games, that loses games, and that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The offense set for a first down play. Defense playing a bail technique. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Alabama.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
Yeah, and 3rd and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
I know that was tough, but as a quarterback, you got to know on 4th down, you cannot take a sack. Any way, shape, or form, you've got to be able to get rid of that football and give it an opportunity. That time, I know it wasn't blocked perfect, but the quarterback's got to have more sense of urgency.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll try it over the left side. Still running at the 40. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Used the play fake, now to throw. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
This offense has a 2nd down play. They'll try the left side.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
Here comes third and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm, but after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Leaves it with the running back. Trying to run it in the red zone. He's got 4, and he's down at the 12. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Off the play fake. Still looking, on the move. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
And the Ducks have it with a first and goal. Motion from the offense. Quarterback checking the play. With the run on first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. On second and goal, they believe he's got a nose for the goal line. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here.
29 Philly.
Just going to keep it after the snap. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up the 3 spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Fair catch called for and made. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on fourth down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job by that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
On second down, they'll take to the air. That's reeled in. It's Little. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position.
Hit the afterburners, kid. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And they'll finally track him down and shove him out at the 2.
Yeah, he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at second and short, second and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to him.
And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line. You can't hear yourself think on third and goal. This quarterback part of their running game. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bama!
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Offense gets set for second down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, that really speaks to the identity of this defense, guys. They take pride in big hits and clean tackles, but they are going to let you know they're there. And they're going to let you know for 60 minutes. I love this run defense because of the way they play the game.
Line is set on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's ßÒÓԴԻE. Skips away from pressure. He'll try to do it himself. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom. He escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a first down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Back to the ground game on the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback checking off. After the run, now to throw. He'll let one go down the right side. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Going to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down for this offense. To throw, it's ßՕΟΟＤԻE. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
You know, as an offense, when you're trying to complete these tunnel screens, you're going to have to be able to negotiate some of these defenders near the line of scrimmage. They're all looking to swat it away. Good job by the defense there.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Wide out in motion. Quarterback will audible. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trying to make magic with his feet. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Movement on the offense, and they'll lose 5 yards on the penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
The Ducks need to pick it up on fourth down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Slings it downfield. Fires into traffic, intercepted. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
It's a good young lesson for all young receivers out there. Never jump up and down waving your hands trying to get the attention of the quarterback, because guess what? All you're doing instead is getting the attention of the defense. They're able to run over and get the INT.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a pick.
And the quarterback is snowed under. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit, too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He's got his man. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. He's going to pass. Sends it downfield. It's complete. A huge pickup. Touchdown, Alabama! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone.
And I love this offense, man. Staying aggressive. Just because you got the lead, you know people can score points in bunches. This offense keeps the foot on the accelerator, scores again on the final play. Now this offense has even more of a cushion going into halftime.
And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. And the Ducks will line up to kick off and start the second half. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here comes that Alabama offense. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right. That pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking.
And the ball is intercepted. Touchdown, Oregon. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. They're going to go ahead and go for two here and try to make it a field goal game. Back to pass, it's ßÒÓԴԻE. Swings it out to his running back. He's going to be stopped short as they come up empty on the two-point try. They were hoping to get this game to within a field goal, but the lead stays at 5. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Got a man. Still on his feet at the 45. Nothing but green ahead. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown Tide.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that.
And the ball is loose on the return. Almost a disaster on that return, but they jump on it and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. And the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Hard running there. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And he can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Looking for a man. It's ßÒÓΔԻE. Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Give to the running back. No, he just flat ran over it. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. It's complete on the right side. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Wide receiver shows motion. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking for a man. It's Daly. Buys a little time. Fires on the move. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. They want to run this quarterback. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
And now a big 3rd down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all of that, this is 4-down territory too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Ducks. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late. At least you got the party started.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. Here comes that Alabama offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, David. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
He'll toss it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these 3rd downs management. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. He lets it fly. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5